Hello, 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 everyone. Let me know if you can hear me. I hope that you can hear me. Um, I'm going live New Year's Eve, right? A little bit before New Year's Eve with my good friend and client, more my good friend, Chandra Brooks. She's the founder of the Powerhouse Academy and Powerhouse Women. And we're here today to talk about her having a $70,000 month, the month of December, in sales, and the mindset shifts and just her story. We're going to keep it real. We're going to be vulnerable and in service to our communities and our following and our audience, because this is doable for all of us women, right? That are not in our 20s or in our 30s. Is definitely doable for them. It's very doable for us in our 40s. It's very doable for you to figure this out at any age. But particularly today, Chandra and I are going to focus on building your business when you don't have inherited money, when you don't have a life insurance policy, when your parents didn't leave you anything, when we didn't leave a divorce and get a big lump sum of money. How you can build your business to whatever level you want to, whatever income level you desire, and the mindset shifts required to do that. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Chandra onto the screen. Hey, Chandra.
Hey, Linda, how are you?
I am great. Thank you for agreeing to doing this the last day of the year.
Yes, of course. I'm so grateful that you asked me to do it, and I'm happy to do it. I think this is an important conversation that we need to have.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself. I tried to introduce you, but everybody introduces themselves way better. So while you're doing that, I'm going to be sharing out this live stream as well onto my page.
Can you remind me what page are you doing? You're doing it on your Linda Hales business page?
On my Linda Hales business page. But
Because I can find it
when I,
and I want to share it. So
okay.
just
So,
FYI. If you're
all
sharing on
right.
your personal, then I'll find it. But anyway, I'm
Okay.
Chandra Brooks, founder of the Powerhouse Academy and the Powerhouse Women. I help mostly beginning entrepreneurs that are have a vision, have a mission, have a movement inside of them, and they want to start a coaching or consulting business within their movement. They want to make bigger change. They want to be able to build a business where they can create social impact, give back to their communities, and give back to their get back to in politics. And sorry, something happened with my screen. Give to politics or to the community. So that is my mission. That is my number one mission behind my business. And I've been able to build my business in the last couple of years very successfully and making a lot of money and a lot of money fast. And I think that's something me and Linda have in common. And a reason why we've gotten so close in such a short amount of time, because there's not a lot of people doing what we're doing, and a lot of women that we can relate to. So we've been able to build a friendship, and we have these conversations all the time, and we're always like, I wish we recorded this, or we should be going live talking about this. But we have these conversations all the time about issues that we deal with as women entrepreneurs that are that have lives, that have real lives going on, and families, and the same issues that everybody else is having. And we're experiencing success and the shock of it and the happiness of it and the excitement of it at the same time. And we want to talk about it today.
Yay, Chandra. I put the link in your messenger. That was the little
Okay.
messenger thing. So then you
Okay.
can just take it from there and share it now. Share it to your
Okay.
group. I put it in my group. I put it in my regular page.
Okay.
Um, so yes, if you are catching us live, let us know. Put live in the comments. At the end, if there's any questions, I'll be sure to, we'll answer them. And if not, and you're catching the replay, put replay. Literally, I said, I'm going to stop cooking. I'm going to stop doing everything that I want to do on New Year's Eve. And I want to have this conversation because I think the both of us are going to get emotional during this conversation, which sucks because I put all this.
We're gonna mess up my makeup today.
Okay. So let's just start. I want you to take us to. You and I went to Cancun. We had a great time. And then we came back from Cancun. It was the beginning of December. And I don't know, the first week of December went by, and I was on my way to getting my hair done when I called you because you and I had decided that the last month or the last quarter, the last month of the year, we were going to check in on Wednesdays and we were going to check in on Sundays.
Yeah.
So it was our Wednesday to check in. And I checked in with you like, girl, I just closed another $25,000 sale, blah, 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 blah. And then what happened from there? Take us from there.
Honestly, I think this was before we went to Cancun. I don't know. No?
Nope. This was after we came back from Cancun.
I feel like it was before, but okay. All right. Well, I was in the bed still. I don't even know what time that was, but I was still in the bed. And personally, and I'm not going to share details that I'm going through some changes in my family and personally, and so I was just kind of like, I'm not feeling December. Like, I'm not feeling December for business. I really don't want to do anything anymore. I just want to like chill and coast December and then just start fresh in the new year. Right. And this is something that we hear from our clients all the time. Right. And we want to crack that whip and be like, girls, hush, come on, let's go. Right. But I get like that too. Like I have those days, I have those months where I don't want to do anything and I feel defeated and I feel like I don't have the energy. I'm not feeling like the powerhouse to be able to market, to be able to promote, to be able to sell anything. I just wasn't feeling it. I was probably slightly depressed. And I was telling Linda this on the phone, and she was, as in normal Linda fashion, was like, girl, I'm not trying to hear that. Okay. Get your butt up. I can't quote exactly what you said, but it was basically, I'm not going to let you do that. Okay. You're crazy. I know you are going through something right now, but it's not the reason to just give up and stop. Right. You told me you understood what I was going through, but you also were like, why? Like, that's not normally what you do. Like I think I had just closed a sale too, or something. I just closed a sale. You were like, you close sales very easy and all the time. So what makes you want to stop now? Like you ain't that broken. I talk to you almost every day. You're basically saying, I ain't gonna say the B word, but bitch, get it together.
Yes. Basically. And real talk, right? I was like, that's the reason why you should be out here promoting, because you are the powerhouse, right? So and if you're watching, it's because you're an entrepreneur. You're building a brand. Like I am known as the Rich Coach, right? Because I started a mastermind at the beginning of the year. It was called the Rich Coach Mastermind, not because I was the rich coach, but because I wanted you to become a rich coach when you join my program. Chandra has a program called the Powerhouse Academy. When you work with Chandra, you become a powerhouse. She's known as the powerhouse. How are you going to be a powerhouse and you're going to shut it down in December? Right. How am I going to be the rich coach and you're my friend talking about you're not selling anything this month? I'm like,
not my friend.
Not my friend. So what was really interesting is that you'd come here and you spent a weekend with me during the summer. When you came here, literally, you really just spent a day, and you went back home and you closed $54,000 in sales in a week, and literally $100K in 90 days after that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then we have that one conversation that day on my way to getting my hair done, that Wednesday during our check-in. And I was very aware that you love Jen Kem. I don't have a problem mentioning her name because there's enough money for us to go around. So it's not like we have to hide names.
Yeah.
You worked with Jen Kem, and several weekends before you worked with her, flew your assistant in from Brazil, and you guys developed your $25,000 annual offer. You knew exactly what was going to be the deliverables in that offer. Your assistant knew exactly how to support you in that. And what I heard from you that day was, I know I have an offer, but I'm not comfortable selling it. I don't know how to sell it. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Because if you knew how to sell it, you wouldn't have told me, girl, I'm just going to shut it down for December. And December had just started. So I know you don't know exactly, what was said. You tried to record it. Tell me what happened in that conversation, because literally it was 12 minutes.
It was 12 minutes. You were
It was a 12-minute conversation.
okay. I don't remember how many minutes it was, but yeah, you kind of broke down and told me how to do a call, and kind of explained the strategy that you teach, and and it's something that don't really use, right? I just normally, I've been trained in sales. I've had other sales coaches, and I have you as my coach in sales, but I've never like step by step by step in the process, like how to like a lot of people come to us and say, give me the strategy on how to close the sale. There's very specific words and language you need to use, right? When you are talking to somebody that is on the fence or somebody who's considering working with you. But I've never used a script, right? I've never used a script, but you gave me some really easy language and, confidence to close at that level, and reminded me that I had it in me to close at that level. Because it's not that I couldn't do it, right? I can do it, but it was my confidence more than anything, because it was a new price tag, and
Yeah.
it was pressure on me to make sure if I am going to close $25,000 deals, I need to deliver at a high level. So we get nervous, right? That's really what's holding me back. Like, can I really deliver that? Like, can I really help these entrepreneurs go to the next level, get to the level that I've been able to attain, right? On a $25,000 offer. That's what I was nervous about. But after I had that conversation with you, even though I didn't use every specific thing because I couldn't record it on what you told me to do, I still felt way more confident just getting off the phone with you, right? And this is what's important about having the right people in your life, right? Not only the right people as, a coach, hiring a coach, but as friends and the women and the people that you talk to on a regular basis. You have to be able to talk to people that are going to help you close $25,000 deals, right? Who are going to shake you out of bed and say, no, you're going to get up and you're going to do this. This is all the more reason why you need to be busting your ass and working hard and closing out the biggest year ever, right? So, yeah. So that's kind of how the conversation happened.
I love that. And thank you for sharing that. And yes, there's specific languaging, but here's my big but. But we get on calls to close sales. I'm sorry, it's New Year's and everyone's calling. We get on calls to close sales. And when we get on calls to close sales, unbeknownst to us, because it's so subconscious, we bring that energy of, are they gonna sign up? Are they gonna sign up? And when we come to the call with that energy, is this client gonna sign up? That is all about us. It's not about our client. So when we shift into serving our client and to show her the value of why, if she doesn't sign up, what's going to happen by not signing up? It's not about convincing. It's not about twisting arms.
Right.
It's not about pressuring, right? It's about showing up to the call with the confidence. You said it. Wow. One of the reasons I was resisting getting on these calls was because I didn't feel comfortable. That's a lot of pressure on me. I have to deliver at a high, right? At a high level, selling a $25,000 offer. Because you didn't have the confidence in yourself, you weren't selling the offer. It's not that you don't know how to close sales. Yes, it was a different price point, but the confidence in you delivering that, it's what was standing in the way.
Right.
When you got on the call with the confidence in yourself, you closed not one $25,000 sale, you closed two $25,000 sales in that week. And then you closed a one-on-one at your highest price point. Everything that you've closed this month has been a price point that you never sold before. And it's not because Jen Kem created an offer with deliverables for you. It's not because Linda told you. It's because you have the confidence. Like, when you work with me, your life changes. And I know that.
Yeah.
When you show up to a sales call knowing that, there's no convincing and there's no selling. And if a person decides that, oh, I don't know, it's so you like we let them go without pressuring because they're not the person for us at that point. There's no convincing.
Right. There's no twisting of arms and forcing people and pressuring people to work with us. And I think that's something that we need to tell people, right? I think we need to be transparent with people and let them know is that if you have to push and twist arms and, almost not even beg. I ain't never done that. I know you ain't never done that. We're not begging anybody to work with us. But if you have to do a whole lot of convincing over a call, then that person isn't the right fit for you. Whoever's coming to you should be ready to work with you. They should have went through a whole lot of your content to know exactly I'm ready to go, right? And we have systems in place to filter those people out to know who's serious and who isn't. But there's no convincing or twisting of arms the way we work.
And thank you for sharing that, Chandra, because one of the things that Facebook is good at giving people a perception that, oh, you just go live and then you just say whatever the heck is on your mind and you just throw a price out there and the person that can afford it is going to come to you. Right. No, sometimes, Chandra, I feel like leaving Facebook and going on LinkedIn only because I do not have a magical wand to help people that are dreaming about a business make money. I am a true consulting agency. I help anybody who is in sales to elevate how much money they're closing. That's what I do. That's my gift, right?
Yeah.
I do not, this is not like fun for me and I'm just closing some sales and I'm putting that money in my personal checking and I'm not even paying taxes. Like, oh my God, like it's just so cool. And the reason I'm saying that and I'm making fun like that, and sorry for anybody who gets offended, it's because I get people who fill out applications to work with me who are commingling, who haven't closed a sale in 7 months. And their last sale was $5,000. And you haven't closed a sale in 7 months. My first question is, how are you making a living? Oh, my husband works. Okay, great. Is your husband mad at you yet? It's always my first question. Because as women, I know that we swipe our cards and we buy courses and we buy all these things. Like we, Chandra and I, are women with children who were married. I'm divorced. And we figured this business thing out for ourselves, not because we learned a new thing. We already knew how to do what we do. Chandra was doing what she helps people do in Powerhouse outside in the world, in nonprofits, in the community, with the mayor's office, like in her city, in her town. Like she wrote a book called The Socialpreneur. Like she did this. I was a beast at sales. I didn't go learn how to do sales from a coach. This is how I've always been living, right? This is why I was able to earn Cadillacs and cars in a multi-level marketing company, because I am a beast at what I do.
Yeah.
So if you are amazing at what you do, then you can work with someone like me or like Chandra. I just want everyone who's watching to realize Facebook, everyone is out here sending you a Facebook ad, making you think that do a webinar, that's what's going to sell. I paid $10,000 to Dan Henry to a course where everybody who completes it and does the work is getting crazy results. In the middle of the year when I was sick and I didn't want to work hard to close sales, I thought I just need a webinar. And I dropped $10K cash. Okay. In a program that I didn't get results in, but it's not because the program doesn't give results. Dan Henry is a freaking beast.
Yeah.
I didn't do the work, but I thought, well, maybe I can just implement a webinar. Implementing a webinar is hard as hell. And especially, you know me, Chandra, I'm like, girl, I do not know how to do this. I have done over, almost $400,000 in revenue this year and almost $500,000 in 2 years by myself with no assistant.
Wow.
Chandra be like, I don't know how you do that, girl.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's just crazy, girl. That's crazy. I mean, honestly, you need to be proud of yourself. Everybody, if you watching, please put some hand claps in the comments for Linda, because she deserves it. She goes and goes and goes and gives of herself so much to people. But she needs people to cheer her on and congratulate her on getting here. And it's not, some people might be like, oh, she's always bragging about money. She's always talking about why. We're going to talk about that today. Okay, on why it's important. And we've said this before, and we've cut up and laugh and we make jokes and sometimes about this, that like, oh my God, we both had basic jobs before. We both had jobs that made $40,000, $50,000 a year, right? When you have to be a certain type of person, you have to do the certain type of work to be able to then go to a level where you have 40 to 50, 60, $70,000 months, right? You make as much income in 1 month than you do in a whole year salary, right? You have to be a certain type of person to do that. You don't just make a decision, right? You do make a decision to change into a different person, right? To level up, to go join that program that make that risky investment in yourself, right? We both have made a whole lot of investments to get here, to change the type of woman we are, to be around different types of women, different types of entrepreneurs that were at a different level. We made major sacrifices to get here. It just didn't happen. We just didn't become friends and we started making a whole lot of money. We both, in the last 4 to 5 years, invested a whole lot of money to get here in programs and to be trained, to be in circles. We had to pay to play. And a lot of people don't get that we had to be in rooms so we can see it for ourselves. We had to see other Black and brown women making money.
Yes.
Before we could believe it, because nobody else was doing it around us. Exactly. We had to pay to be in those circles and absorb that life and see that it was possible, right? What is that one saying? You can't, if you don't see it, or what is, damn, I just went blank on that. That saying, about if you see it, you believe it, or something like that. I don't know. I just went blank on that saying. You know what I mean? But we have to be able to see it in order to be able to accomplish it, right? And say, if she can do it, I can do it. Yes. And I know that you experienced that, right? In some programs that we've been a part of.
I've experienced that. But before then, when I was in college, I went back to school at 36 after my divorce to get my degree in psychology. One of the papers that I wrote, my thesis, one of the subjects that I wrote my thesis on was, what do Hispanic and Black teen moms need more than education in order to make it in life after being pregnant early? And it is not a degree. It is seeing someone that looks just like her, successful. She was a teen mom. I'm a teen mom. She's a millionaire. Wow, I can too. She's Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. She's Mexican. I'm Mexican. She's Black. I'm Black.
Yeah.
She's divorced. Me too. She got bad credit. She had bad credit. I have bad credit. It is representation matters at every stage of our life. This is why it is important that as a woman entrepreneur, that you, like, I have goosebumps, like, you are the trailblazer. You have a big responsibility on your shoulders. The moment that you said, I'm going to go out here and make this money, there is someone watching you. I have clients in their 20s. Shaida is 26. Before I was doing this, I was a relationship coach. I had a 27-year-old client, that was sleeping with her boss, and he was married. And, and I was like, oh my God, right? And she was able to stop that because, whoa, it's a Hispanic woman coaching me, and I'm also Hispanic.
Yeah.
She didn't feel judged, right? Because we feel comfortable with our people. And what's really important is, yes, I had to do that. There were times that I invested not knowing how I was going to make the second payment, hoping and praying, Jesus, I hope this works, because I don't have any money to continue making these payments. And it worked, right? Because of the representation. If she's doing it, I can too. But not only that, I would go to programs and literally know the exact day and the exact conversation that I had with that coach where I went from a basic thinking to a up level thinking. When I went from jaded, because you will invest in programs and you will still be jaded. You'll be like, I don't like that. I don't like how they sell high tech. I don't like how they I feel uncomfortable. Even though you invested, you're in the program.
Or I didn't get results. That didn't magically sprinkle her fairy dust on me and I became rich.
Right. But then I had one conversation with a coach that I'm not even going to call it tough love. It was exactly what I needed to hear. You are lazy. You're making excuses. You're not showing up. And you said that you wanted, there was one particular program. It was Alok Appadurai. Guys, I'm dropping all the names because I ain't scared. Alok is hugely responsible for where I am today. So is Shamika Tankerson. Right? Alok said to me, Linda, what is it that you want? What is your why? And people are like, oh, it's my kids, is this, is that. But my son was dating a girl whose parents have a lot of money, and the parents own multiple homes and multiple restaurants. And he was telling me, Mom, when I think about getting married, I think about someone like her, because I want to cry.
Then you cry.
Because she doesn't know what it's like to live in an apartment. She's always lived in a house. And I don't know what it's like to live in a house. I've always lived in an apartment, Mom. And so I want to marry a woman who knows what it's like to live in a house. And Alok asked me, this is why you got to stop bullshitting yourself and pay the coach that's going to ask you the tough questions. And I said, Alok, I've never had a house. I want to have a house.
And you could buy a house today.
And I can buy a house.
You're working on buying your house today. You're working on buying your house today, right?
Yes.
And you wouldn't have been able to do it if you didn't take a risk on yourself.
No.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to share with anybody how much money is in my savings account right now. But I told you, right? That's why, girl, you can go buy a house right now.
Exactly.
Right? But let me tell you what happened. What happened was I went to Florida. My 32-year-old son is moving. Okay, I know what it's like to move. He has a wife and 2 little kids. And I gave him a specific monetary gift. And all the movers were like, we don't have anything. They're moving today. All the movers were like, no. And if we do it, it's too expensive. And he was like, Mom, we're just going to have to do this move on our own. And so I was like, you need to go to TaskRabbit. Because that's the wonderful thing of having a mom entrepreneur. I know things. So I said, you need to go to TaskRabbit. And so I gave them the website. They found the movers. And it was still expensive because it's the end of the year. And so today my son needed an extra hefty amount. And he called me and he was like, Mom, I need you to help me out with that. And then I was like, let me go upstairs and just transfer this money. And it was nothing. And I just went to Florida and I just spent thousands of dollars. And it was nothing.
And you just went to Mexico.
I just went to Mexico.
Trip. Yeah.
And it was nothing to do that. But if I had a $55,000 a year job, I would have been like, boy, I don't even got a credit card.
Right.
I can't help you, Bobby. Or I would have been trying to help him by taking money out of my rent, paying my rent late. Because we do this. We don't have, old money, like I said at the beginning of this. We got this new money, and then the new money comes with new fears. Like, what am I going to do? How do I pay taxes? How do I separate this? How do I scale? If you are not running your business like a business, I'm sorry to tell you the truth right now, you're not going to be able to scale this. You're just going to be hustling for a $5,000 sale and a $10,000 sale here and there.
Yeah.
Chandra and I are running a business that's scalable. We both have the goal to do $1 million. But here's what I want to say, because you mentioned it a little bit ago and we just kind of skimmed over it. Yeah. This month, you closed $70,000 worth of sales that are going to come in 2022. You have made in December some people's salaries or 2 people's salaries already. And you don't have to work for this money because you already worked for it.
Right.
This month, it's very similar for me at $70,000 a month. I'm like, that's great. This money is coming in next year.
Right. Yeah.
How cool is it for you to already, make 100K in 90 days? That's nothing. You already got 70K in the bank. You're definitely going to have a 100K quarter the first quarter of next year.
Yeah. And I mean, I think that when we were on the phone last night, that came to me and I was like, damn, I wasn't even going to talk about this at all, right? We weren't going to talk about this until yesterday. We decided to do this. We weren't going to, I wasn't going to talk about it. I'm just going. We just go. But we got to have these conversations. You guys have to understand and hear this. Hear the possibilities from two people that had regular jobs, two women that decided to make a choice that they didn't want to live this basic life that we've been programmed to learn. We decided to take a risk on our genius. We knew that we were something special. We knew that we had something special inside. And we made a decision that I'm not going to play small anymore. I need to go get the help from somebody who knows how to do what I want to do. And I'm not going to make any excuses. You said earlier you would invest, and just like me, Linda, we would invest in high-level coaches, not knowing if I could make that payment the second month, right? I just knew, though, I was so determined, and just like you, I'm going to at least make that payment so I could pay that coach. I didn't expect to be profitable right away. I wanted to sit under these people that have already done it and take in everything and implement everything that they taught me, and everything they told me to do. Right? And sometimes I was scared. I didn't know if I was going to be able to make that payment, but I always have been able to make it. Once we let go of money, the universe sends it back to us, and sometimes tenfold. Right? A lot of us hold and hoard onto money, and we're so scared to let it out. Like if you can let go of $1,500, $10,000, $20,000, you have to be able to understand that the universe will always take care of you, and that money will always come back. You got to do your due diligence, though, of course. But that money has always come back to me, and I know for sure, Linda, it has always come back to you, right? Whenever we let it go. And that was the lesson in our elevation of investing. I think probably me and Linda have invested at the same level of progression throughout the last 3 to 4 years. $1,500 program, $5,000 program, $10,000 program. Then we got to the $20,000 program, which is very scary for both of us, was very scary. And now we are ready to invest in bigger levels to get us to $1 million type of levels, right? We invested in the level we wanted to attain as the progression, right? So people want to see us and say, I just want to get to where they're at. Where can I go? What's the magic? What's the secret? There's levels to this, right? We are not overnight successes. It's taken us a long time to get here. And yeah, I did have a 70K. I closed in December, but is that money in my bank account yet? No, it's not. It's coming in 2022. Okay. So I'm not rolling the dough, popping bottles. I don't even do that.
I'm popping bottles.
But you know what I'm saying? A lot of people expect that. And what happens is when you become successful, you also become a target for people with their hand out, right? A target for the haters that are mad because you are showing up for yourself and you are reminding them of what they haven't done, right? They're mad at you for you doing what you're doing. So it's a journey, and people need to understand this, that you got to put in the work if you want to get here and if you aspire, right? And I hate that people idolize us sometimes, or idolize me. I'm speak for myself. That people want to message me or say, oh my God, one day I want to be like you, or like I'm like, let's go then. Don't say one day or I wish. Don't say that to me. You can do this. It's a choice. It's a decision. Okay. Don't look at me from Facebook scrolling and saying, oh, I want to be like her one day. Okay. Well, what are you doing to be like me one day?
Okay.
What are you doing? Right? What are you doing? Have you reached out to me and said, Chandra, I'm ready to go. I want to go alongside of you. Right? Because today I'm launching my Powerhouse Playbook, my portal, to work with me for 12 months. Right? Alongside of me. All right. There should be the people that are watching me that have been saying one day I'm going to do this. You should be knocking down my door to join the portal. You should be wanting to walk with me hand in hand down on this journey in 2020. Dude, stop playing. Right. You should want to. I want you to. Me and Linda want more people that look like us to be successful. That's why we're doing it. And this is why we're showcasing it. We want you to get off the sidelines, stop making excuses, and join us. And we're here to teach you everything that we've learned along the way, right? All the mistakes that we've made, right? With our money, learning about our money, us commingling our money in the beginning, us learning how to pay taxes, us making sure we put systems in place, right? Contracts, attorneys to look at our documents. Like, it's a progression to get here, right? It doesn't happen overnight, but you must start if you want to get here.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I start preaching.
No, girl, but that's what you do. You have to start, and you have to start getting these client results. Get your clients results. This is how you perfect what you do. By the time you coach 3-4 clients, you're like, wow, I see a pattern of what everybody is asking from me, what I see that everybody needs. And you start to develop your own methodology, right? Sometimes you buy a course and they're like, what's your 5-step process? And you're like, I don't know what my 5-step process is. And then you stop because you're buying courses that are like above what you need to do.
Yeah.
You're buying all this stuff because you want the magical answer. Recently, somebody asked me, how did I deal with the fear when I was sick all year long? How did I deal with the fear? And I'm like, it's not like a one and done answer. I was in the pit of the darkest nights of my life by myself here. My daughter's in college. I'm Googling myself to death, literally, right? And every morning I Googled myself to death and I woke up. I didn't die. And then as the months go by and you're not dying and you start to see, wow, how crazy is my mind? How powerful. When I go into these thoughts, then I don't produce anything. Then I'm in fear about my health. Like, literally, it's not an easy, well, here's what I did to overcome fear. No, I dealt with fear. I fought with fear in the pit of the hell of fear for 9 months. Just fear and I. And even though I was fighting fear, I still got on a plane and I went to Vegas with you. Like, you've known. That's why I tagged you on that post the other day. I was like, Chandra knows the amount of supplements that I travel with.
Yeah.
How she's like, girl, I'm going. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. And so isn't it amazing when we start doing lives, everybody calls and everybody wants our attention?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
and but I I don't know what else to say without like repeating ourselves too much. We have a regular, real lives. Our children have real problems, like my son moving at the last day of the month. Of the year.
And I'm a daughter right now before we went live.
Right? Your daughter was talking to you like, I'm going live, get out of here. And she's like, oh my God, I have a problem. Like, our kids have meltdowns. Our kids make excuses. We get mad at them. And we're also proud.
Money. They need money. they have to, but that's been a blessing too, to be able to help our families and do the things that we like you just mentioned for your son, to be able to help him with his move. And our kids have emergencies that come up, to be able to show up for them, right? There's nothing, I don't understand, like, why people wouldn't push to be the best that they can be for their family, to build the legacy for their family. We're so used to the basic, right? We're so used to the basic. And, this is all new to us. I wanted to give up in December, right? I wanted to give up. I didn't want to do this month, right? And we all have those days, and the importance of having the right people around you, the right people in your circle, right? The right coaching and support that you need. If I did not invest in coaching, I would not be here. We wouldn't have met. We wouldn't have
invested in a coach.
Right. Yeah. We wouldn't be able to have each other to talk to every day through our businesses, right? And push each other, right? We push each other to keep going. Like, oh, we're gonna have a million. Oh yeah, let's do $1 million together, right? Let's hold each other accountable, right? Let's call when we have an issue and you have a problem with a client. Let's call and talk it out. What should I do? How should I do it? What's the name? What should I name this next program? You know, like you need to be able to have that type of support and those type of friends in your life. And if you don't, then it really will affect your progression, right? Whether it's a business friend or it's personal friends. If you don't have people that are elevating, and that's what people, you know, they talk about, oh, I got all these people around me that are elevating. Are you sure they're not just talkers, right?
Mhm.
You having people that are really successful in your circle, right? Your mentors and your friends. You know, you got to make sure you get around those type of people.
I'm going to say this because this is how you know who loves you, who's paying attention to you. When I got sick the second quarter of the year, I didn't show up to social media probably for like 2 weeks in a row. And the only person who messaged me to say, hey girl, are you okay? Was Chandra. And then I told Chandra exactly what I was going through. And she was like, what do you need? And I was like, girl, I'll let you know if I need anything. And Chandra checked on me every day. Right. And sometimes when you're in a funk, you don't even want to be checked on. You're like, man, leave me alone. Because I know
that's how you could be.
and I also know that when I check on Chandra and I start to coach her, she's like, I don't want this coaching. Shut up. Right? Because it's like,
I'm like, why you always gotta coach me? Damn it!
Why can't you just listen? I can't listen to you be basic.
Right. Sorry, I'm allergic to that.
It's against my religion. I'm allergic to basic. You need friends like that. Yeah. You need people that are growing at the same level who are not hating. I'll tell her, girl, I just closed $50,000. Girl, that's amazing. She'll tell me, and I'm like, oh my God, that is huge.
Yeah.
Right. This year, I had to have a call with her last night. And I was like, I just wanted to look you in your face and tell you, you're a badass. What you've done this year is spectacular. And she said, I know, and I've had so much money that I've had to dish out this month. It doesn't even feel that way. I don't care what it doesn't feel like. I am celebrating you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because no one celebrates us. This ain't coming to America. Ain't nobody throwing little rose petals when we walk. I'm extra as fuck though. So I made one.
You may one day, right?
When you come to my event
and my glam squad. Around everywhere.
Literally, guys, look, I was shopping yesterday with my daughter and we saw this blinged out mug. And she said, Mom, it's so on brand. I had to buy
it. And now you're sipping out of it.
And I'm sipping out of it. She was right.
It definitely is on brand.
If you, first of all, thank you for watching on New Year's Eve. No one is selling you anything here. You know exactly where to find us. Click on Chandra's name. Click on my name. Go to each one of our groups. Chandra, are you still teaching your 5-day thing today?
Not today. Tomorrow, because it's New Year's Eve. Right. Tomorrow's the last day.
I don't know if you're going to have a replay of that or what. Or you need to be
monthly now. It's been so successful. I'm going to do it monthly.
There you go. Chandra has a monthly 5-day. I don't know what. Leave your job. Stop being basic.
Business mentorship program. Okay, get it right, girl. Get it right.
The business. And look, just go get in there. The business mentorship program, or 5-day business mentorship program, where people are getting results.
Yeah.
With her free stuff. I had a client today send me a screenshot. She did a workshop last month, and one of her clients that went in there for free had her first $10,000 month from her free stuff. Serve people powerfully.
Yeah.
Chandra does that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And if you're already making money and you're like, I just want to grow, I want to scale, I'm your girl. Right? You're already there, and you want that. You want to make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm the lot of money person.
Yes.
I love you. Chandra, is there anything else that you want to share that was on your heart to share? And you're like, man, Linda didn't ask me that. I still want to say this.
Just what I said earlier, or no, I mean, not what I said, but I'm a regular person, right? Before I did this, I went live on my Facebook page, and I got emotional about this because I did want to give up, and life is always going to happen. And I say this all the time. Life is always going to happen. Life is happening to me right now, personally, right? And I haven't felt like the powerhouse, internally, to be able to show up. And I'm being transparent, y'all, because I'm sorry. It's just something that I do. And I know sometimes it doesn't come off as Chandra, the powerhouse, but I like to be real because I'm still sensitive. I'm still a human being, and I'm going through life issues, but it didn't stop me. Because think about it. When you have a job, if life happens, do you just stop going to work? No, you keep going to work. So then why would you stop your dream, your big dream that could change your whole entire life? Why do we stop those things that can change our lives, but we don't stop going to work when we're having problems in our life? Stop putting your dreams to the side, putting your big vision to the side and postponing it, not another day. Today is New Year's Eve. We don't do New Year's resolution. We just keep going. We don't say, well, what's my big word for 2022? F a word, okay? What about what you're going to do? What are you going to do after today? That's what I want to say. I'm sorry. I just go on a tangent sometimes and
we preach.
I think I need to get into the church, because then I start preaching.
Well, this is funny. Since you mentioned church,
Right.
I'm always preaching, and
Yes.
but I'm always cursing, And I told my mom, I'm gonna open up the Church of the Latter-day Puerto Rican Saints. Well, we're gonna be like, stop the bullshit. When they come to the front to get prayer for their diabetes, I'm gonna be like, didn't I just see you eating a cake? You don't need no prayer. Stop eating cakes.
Not the Church of the Puerto Rican Latter-day Saints.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, sir, I saw you looking at her butt. Okay, that's not why we come to church, to look at the Sister Joanne's butt.
I'm mad at you right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
People need to hear that realness. People need to hear the realness.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much. I
You're
told Chandra we're not gonna cut up, but this is who we are,
I
right?
know. We normally just cut up.
So
Yeah,
we just
sorry,
cut up.
y'all. Yeah.
It makes you real, though. It makes you real. It's
Yeah.
your edge. The
Mhm.
people that want to joke like that, they'll be like, "Oh my God, Linda's my girl."
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, I'm offended that Linda joked about the church." Bye. Unfriend yourself right now. Anyway.
Yes. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching us. This has just been, I hope you guys got something from this. I really
Yes.
hope that it inspired you and it motivates you moving into the next year.
Yes. And I know from me and from Chandra, happy New Year.
Yes. Happy New Year, everybody.
Okay, everyone. Bye.